We kindly request everyone to raise as a mark of respect as our distinguished guests make their way into the venue. We kindly request everyone to raise as a mark of respect as our distinguished guests make their way into the venue. Everyone, please be seated. We request the crowd to maintain the decorum. We request the crowd to maintain decorum. All to be seated. All to be seated. We request the crowd to maintain decorum. Please maintain silence. All to be seated. Kindly switch off your mobiles, students. Kindly switch off your mobiles, please. Kindly switch off your mobile. To begin this prestigious event on a truly respectful and cultural note, let us rise for Tamil Thai Valthu.
So may I request all of you to kindly settle down. We are about to begin with the event for this afternoon. So one more time, students, may I request you to kindly settle down as fast as you can as we are about to begin. Hello, Namaste, Namaskaram, Swagatam, Vanakkam, and a very good afternoon to all our respected dignitaries right here, to our students, and of course, to all our well-wishers. I'm Natalia Denise, an anchor and engagement expert from Chennai, and today I'm extremely honored to welcome each and every one of you out here for the Cybersecurity Hackathon 2025. Put your hands together and give yourselves a thunderous round of applause, everybody. Thank you, dear students. Let's keep the energy going really high. The government of India, as a part of their vision to promote the spirit of innovation and entrepreneurship among the students, has taken this wonderful step towards organizing a PSB Hackathon series anchored by public sector banks in this country. Accordingly, Indian Overseas Bank, as part of its steadfast commitment towards innovation and student welfare, has taken forward this vision of our government by collaborating with the esteemed B.S. Abdul Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology as the academic partner and Ernst & Young as the knowledge partner. Thereby, we stand today celebrating this stupendous journey of success achieved by the brightest minds. Ladies and gentlemen, I am indeed certain that you would be excited to witness an immersive video clip that reflects the rich and amazing journey traveled by the students in course of this hackathon. I'm sure you will be thrilled to hear first-hand experiences from the students in their own words and the transformative impact this event has had on their journey as innovators. Let's begin. Can we have the hackathon video, please?
College made collab with IOB Bank to conduct a hackathon event on cybersecurity authentication.
IOB for giving us this wonderful opportunity, being a part of this hackathon. We have presented our ideas in front of the IOB team.
வந்து ஒரு பேங்கிங் செக்டாரில் ஒர்க் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். அந்த அத்தென்டிகேஷன் எப்படி பண்ணுறது, ஒரு செக்யூரிட்டி எப்படி இது பண்ணி ஒரு சாஃப்ட்வேர் எப்படி பில்ட் பண்ணுறது எல்லாமே.
Experience, to be honest, it's so good. We had so many experience. More than the finished product itself, I would say we had gained a lot of experience.
I thank all my member teams and mentor judges and all the faculty who have been supporting us from the beginning. It was a great and wonderful experience.
So we are Team Highlight and based adaptive authentication system பண்ணோம் DSGPங்கிற term வச்சு.
From Team Cyber Practice, our topic is Smart Facial Authentication with real-time human verification and securely proofing awareness.
From Team Guardians, our main theme idea is Vein Pay, where you can authenticate with your veins.
I'm a team leader of Solution Seekers who took part in the IOB Cybernova Hackathon.
Or whatever opinion and whatever small things this IOB people have told me, that mentors, the jury people have told us during our presentation before that, and when we visited IOB during at that point as well.
I'd like to thank IOB for conducting such event and giving us opportunity to present in front of them.
Hey, judges and all the teachers and all our faculty members who supported us for this event. And it was really a great and wonderful experience.
Very good experience. Even though if we win or not, this was a very great journey with IOB.
Thank for IOB and Crescent College. college made collab with IOB Bank to conduct a hackathon event on cybersecurity authentication.
IOB for
Can we give them a bigger round of applause, everybody? An experience that speaks for itself, a journey that leads us to the future. We will now proceed with a short video clip that reflects on the innovative spirit of Indian Overseas Bank, focusing on their best-in-class services and their deep commitment to serving the community since several decades. Can we please have the next video, please? The IOB corporate video.
If the history of India's independence was shaped by people of grit and valor, its progress, prosperity and destiny thereafter was ushered in by individuals with exemplary dedication and visionary enterprise. One such remarkable and trailblazing pioneer was MCTM Chidambaram Chettiar, who 88 years ago envisaged the need of specializing in foreign exchange business in banking. In order to finance overseas Indian businesses, nurture industry and support global trade, Chidambaram Chettiar set up Indian Overseas Bank on 10th of February 1937. IOB was the first to introduce computerization way back in 1960s. The first to be ISO 9001 certified for IT operations. The first PSB in the country to introduce web-based mobile banking services.
So before we can proceed, we're going to find out how much of energy we collectively have right here for the Cybersecurity Hackathon 2025. So we believe that our students have got the most energy. Do you agree with me? I said that you've got the most energy out here, so do you agree with me? Let's find out if you've got more energy than I've got today. All right, students, are we ready? Yes, all right, so let's do this. I'm going to do a quick countdown, which is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all right? So when I hit the number 1, you are going to shout, hoot, scream. You're going to give us all the energy that you've got to start the event. Are you ready? Are you ready? All right, so now what we're going to do is that before we start off with this icebreaker, I'm going to definitely request you to do something, all right? We request all the students to kindly remain with us till the very end of the event, because there is a lucky draw for the students where you can win an attractive prize at the end of the program. You never know, you might be the luckiest today. So can we do this icebreaker? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When I count 1, you're going to shout, hoot, scream, do whatever you want. Ready? Crescent College, are you ready? Guys, I think I've got
If the history of India's independence was shaped by people of grit and valor, its progress, prosperity and destiny thereafter was ushered in by individuals with exemplary dedication and visionary enterprise. One such remarkable and trailblazing pioneer was MCTM Chidambaram Chettiar, who 88 years ago envisaged the need of specializing in foreign exchange business in banking. In order to finance overseas Indian businesses, nurture industry and support global trade, Chidambaram Chettiar set up Indian Overseas Bank on 10th of February 1937. IOB was the first to introduce computerization way back in 1960s. The first to be ISO 9001 certified for IT operations. The first PSB in the country to introduce web-based mobile banking services and anywhere banking through 129 branches in 4 metros. IOB also led the way in adopting digital innovations and new technologies by offering customers path-breaking initiatives including My Account, My Name feature, real-time allotment of safe deposit lockers, IOB mobile banking app, internet banking, digital savings account, e-bank guarantee, and instant digital retail loan among other services. Today, IOB continues to evolve, meeting the needs of an ever-changing digital world with next-gen solutions, making banking simpler, faster, and more accessible for all. IOB was just awarded the prestigious Scotch Award in 2024 for its initiatives in compliance. IOB also won 5 prestigious citations at the IBA Banking Technology Awards in 2025 for the second consecutive year. As IOB closely approaches a century of service, it honors the dream and legacy of Shri MCTM Chidambaram Chettiar, serving India with pride, purpose, and gratitude to every customer and every IOBian. Thank you for being a part of this incredible journey. If the history of India's independence was shaped by people of grit and valor, its progress will be. Thank you for being a part of this incredible journey.
And yes,
If
to
the
all
history-
the students out there, thank you very much. And I'm truly blessed to be a part of IOB as well. I've got an account there. All right. So moving forward, are we good to go? Students, don't forget the icebreaker I told you about. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.5, and 1. Thank you, that was wonderful. So yes, once again, welcome to Cybersecurity Hackathon 2025. Thank you very much, dear students. And now we save the energy for later. Thank you very much. We request you to kindly maintain decorum for the event. We will now proceed with welcoming all the dignitaries on the dais. Can we put our hands together as we welcome Ms. Neelam Agarwal, the Director, DFS, GOI Nominee Director, IOB, to kindly join us on stage. A big, big round of applause, everybody. Welcome, ma'am. May I now request on stage the presence of Mr. Srinivasa Rao, the Senior Advisor, Indian Banks Association, to kindly join us on stage. We welcome you, sir. May I now request the presence of Professor Dr. T. Murugesan, the Vice Chancellor, B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, to kindly join us on stage. Thank you, sir. May I request the presence of Shri Joydeep Datta Roy, the Executive Director of IOB. Welcome, sir. And may I request the presence of Shri Rajiv Kumar, the Chief Vigilance Officer, IOB, to kindly join us on the dais. We welcome you, sir. So once again, can we put our hands together and welcome all the esteemed dignitaries who've joined us on the stage for the Cybersecurity Hackathon 2025. We heartily welcome all of you once again. May I now request the presence of Professor Dr. T. Murugesan, the Vice Chancellor, BSA CIST, to kindly come forward for the welcome address. The stage is yours, sir.
Indian Overseas Bank on 10th of February 1937. IOB was the first to introduce computerization way back in 1960s. The first to be ISO 9001 certified for IT operations. The first PSB in the country to introduce web-based mobile banking services and anywhere banking through 129 branches in 4 metros. IOB also led the way in adopting digital innovations and new technologies by offering customers path-breaking initiatives, including
It's indeed a great pleasure and privilege for me to welcome you all for this grand finale of Cybernova 2025, hosted in collaboration with Indian Overseas Bank. On this occasion, it's my pleasure to welcome you all, those our guests from banking sector, those who are in the dais and off the dais, and my own faculty members, deans, heads of departments, and my own students. The main purpose of this Cybernova 2025 is to motivate the students to innovate, be creative, promote entrepreneurship, to research, to provide mentoring, to make the students accustomed to the real world problems. On this occasion, today we do have Mrs. Neelam Agarwal, Director, DFS, Government of India nominee Director of Indian Overseas Bank, and Mr. Srinivas Rao, Senior Advisor, Indian Bank Association, and Sri Mr. Joydeep Datta, Executive Director of Indian Overseas Bank, and Sri Rajiv Kumar, Chief Vigilance Officer, Indian Overseas Bank. On behalf of our Executive Council of Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, and on my own behalf, I welcome you all to our campus. Today, with this initiative of Government of India and Department of Financial Services, coordinated with Indian Banks Association, and each bank has been assigned to identify a university. And with this 40 years of long-standing goodwill with our Indian Overseas Bank, they choose to partner with us, our Crescent Institute, to conduct this Cybernova 2025. Now moving on to the challenges of cybersecurity in banking sector are typically complex and ever evolving. Making events like this hackathon are really essential. From protecting our customer data against sophisticated threats to secure digital transactions to developing robust authentication systems which balance our security with convenience. We are exploring solutions that can make banking not just more accessible and customer-centric, but fundamentally more secure in an increasing demanding digital world. The Cybersecurity Hackathon embeds our mutual dedication to identifying exceptional talent, celebrating innovation, and recognizing solutions that effectively address real-world cybersecurity challenges in the banking and financial services. Today, we are here to celebrate the culmination of the weeks of efforts and the innovation, dedication, and technical excellence of our top 5 finalists. Among the 20 participants participated to compete this for their recognition as the champions. Today, our 5 finalists will present their fully developed solutions that address critical cybersecurity challenges in banking sector. These solutions represent weeks of research, development, and refinement in every stage. Each team has demonstrated outstanding problem-solving abilities, technical prowess, and innovative thinking to advance to these finals. The major indicators for this evaluation are technical sophistication and security robustness, practical applicability within banking systems, and scalability and adaptability to emerging threats, user experience, that maintains security without compromising convenience. The solutions to be presented here today are not merely academic exercises. They have the potential to influence real-world banking security systems and protect millions of customers and their data. At this juncture, I once again take this opportunity to express our institute's profound gratitude to our distinguished guest from Indian Overseas Bank and the banking sector. Your collaborative and collective leadership in digital transformation, policy development, technological infrastructure, and cybersecurity risk management represents the very best of banking innovations. Your presence here also affirms the real-world value of this competition and offers our students a glimpse into the actual cybersecurity which needs to a major financial institutions. To my dedicated faculty members of Computer Science and Technology, IT and other systems, your guidance and mentorship which create the foundation upon which the students can build their ideas. Your commitment to both technical excellence and practical applications sets the standard for this particular event. And to my students, you represent the heart and soul of this hackathon. Your fresh perspectives, technical skills, and innovative thinking are precisely what the banking sector really needs today as it navigates the digital transformations. The solutions you develop today over the coming days may well shape the future of banking applications and banking services. Our university Crescent always remains committed to creating spaces where industry and academia can meaningfully collaborate. The hackathon exemplifies our belief that by bringing together the expertise of Indian Overseas Bank and the technical partner EY with the creative energy of our academic community, we can develop solutions that have genuine value in the market, today's market. I extend my sincere appreciation to the judges, those who are involved, and including our distinguished guest from the IOB for lending your expertise to evaluate these solutions and providing this valuable opportunity for our students. The finalists, regardless of today's outcome, you have already proven yourself exceptional. The skills you have developed and the connections you have made through this hackathon will always serve well in your future careers. With that, once again, I welcome you all, particularly our esteemed guest, on and off the dais for this grand finale. Thank you very much and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Once again, thank you, Dr. T. Murugesan. Thank you, sir. We would like to now felicitate our respected dignitaries for their remarkable presence at the Cybersecurity Hackathon 2025. May I now request Shri Joydeep Datta Roy, the Executive Director, IOB, to felicitate Ms. Neelam Agarwal, the Director, DFS. Ladies and gentlemen, and students and well-wishers, Ms. Neelam Agarwal is an officer of 2008 batch of Indian Revenue Service. She is currently serving as Director, Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Finance, Government of India, and also holds the position as Government Nominee Director on the board of Indian Overseas Bank. Can we give her a big round of applause, everybody? Thank you, Ms. Neelam Agarwal, for joining us on this special occasion. Thank you very much. Once again, may I request Sri Joydeep Datta Roy, the Executive Director of IOB, to kindly felicitate Professor Dr. T. Murugesan, Vice Chancellor. After serving as a scientist at CLRI Adaya for 5 years, he served as a professor at AC Tech Anna University for 14 years. He has been involved in teaching, research and industrial consultancy in chemical engineering and allied fields for the past 33 years. Can we give him a big round of applause, everybody? Thank you very much. And thank you, Sri Joydeep Datta Roy. Thank you, sir. Can we have you seated? Thank you. May I now request Sri Rajiv Kumar, the Chief Vigilance Officer, IOB, to felicitate Mr. Srinivasa Rao, the Senior Advisor, Indian Banks Association. With a career banker having worked in various geographies and multiple facets of banking, can we give him a big round of applause, everybody? Thank you, sir. May I now request Dr. T. Murugesan, the Vice Chancellor, B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, to felicitate Sri Joydeep Datta Roy, the Executive Director, IOB. Please, sir. A career banker for around 28 years, during his long career, he has handled a variety of functions and has been instrumental in spearheading and successfully implementing many projects and initiatives across the banking industry. Thank you, sir. May I now request one more time Professor Dr. T. Murugesan to kindly come forward and felicitate Sri Rajiv Kumar, the Chief Vigilance Officer, IOB. Thank you once again to all the dignitaries right here. Ladies and gentlemen, students and well-wishers, and all our dignitaries on the dais, we will now proceed with the keynote address. May I request Sri Joydeep Datta Roy, the Executive Director of IOB, to kindly come forward. The stage is yours, sir. A big round of applause, everybody.
So good afternoon, everyone. Madam Neelam Agarwal, IRS and Director, Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Finance, Government of India. Professor Dr. T. Murugesan, Vice Chancellor of the BSAR Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, Mr. Srinivas Rao, Senior Advisor from the Indian Banks Association, my colleagues from IOB, colleagues, friends from the industry, our knowledge partner, Ernst & Young, our academic partner, BSAR Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, faculty members, mentors, members from the press and media also, and also, most importantly, the students and the participants of this hackathon and all of you present here. Good afternoon, and it's a great feeling to see all of you gathered here today in large numbers for this grand finale of this hackathon event, the IOB Supernova, this IOB Cybernova, sorry, and this itself shows the enthusiasm, the excitement, and more importantly, the spirit of competition. I think it's important that first all of you participate, a lot of people participate, a lot of people ideate, a lot of people come forward with their ideas, and then work on those ideas, and then, of course, as a sort of a process, some of those ideas get shortlisted, picked up, and through a process, there is a grand finale, and only 5 ideas come to the grand finale. But at the same time, I think it's important that so many of you participate. The spirit of participation, the spirit of taking part, the spirit of competition, and the spirit of ideation, that I think is most important as far as this hackathon is concerned, and this large presence that I see here today, that itself testifies to the success of this hackathon. And I think that makes this hackathon and the work that goes behind it worth it. So it's a great privilege for IOB to host this hackathon event. And this hackathon initiative has been organized. It's an initiative from the government side, from the Department of Financial Services, which organizes this hackathon through all the public sector banks across the country in partnership with various colleges, institutions, leading institutions where the brightest minds can come together, ideate, and work on those ideas and get exposure themselves, and plus at the same time create a new future for this country, right? And this is the new India. We are all in a country where we are creating newer, I would say newer milestones with each passing day. Gone are the days where we were subjugated, where we were still developing, and where we were catching up. But now I think it's India where we want to be the best. We want to make a place for ourselves in this entire globe where we don't want to be an also-ran, where we want to set the benchmarks, where we want to set standards. And it is here that technology is playing a very, very big role in taking India to a level where it is recognized and regarded as one of the best globally, right? So in that context, I think we are all creating pillars for a new India. And those pillars basically are about technology, about innovation, and about entrepreneurship. So these are, I think, pillars which are creating the new India. And this is what I think we would like to emphasize through this hackathon event. We innovate, we foster the spirit of innovation, we instill the spirit of entrepreneurship, and we create something which is world-class and which is best of the class in terms of global standards. We are a country which invented zero, and Zero plays a very important part in terms of the binary letters that we have in 0 and 1. And in that binary letters, this digital India is created. This digital ecosystem is getting created, right? And it is in our DNA. Having been part of the inventors of zero, the binary system, digital ecosystem, it is part of our DNA. And that is why you see India marching so strongly ahead as far as technology frontiers are concerned. And that is why we are seeing so many startups coming up with fresh ideas, new ideas. We may have started late in this startup ecosystem globally, but now we are the third largest startup ecosystem in the world. And this third largest startup ecosystem in the world has created almost 120 unicorns already, and more are in the pipeline. So from 120, it will go to 150 in no time. And that is where we are making huge progress. As far as the whole digital ecosystem is concerned, I think India is racing fast ahead in terms of various aspects that we are working on. We started off with what we call that JAM Trinity, Jandhan, Aadhaar, Mobile. So we started, that was the basics, the foundation layer of what we started off with. But beyond that identity layer, we have created multiple layers over and above that. So that was just the foundation layer, the JAM Trinity. And even in that JAM Trinity, we created records. We created an identity for each Indian. Every adult person in India has an Aadhaar, has an identity which is digital. And that digital identity is unmatched across the world. No other country has the entire 10% population covered with a digital identity, which has biometrics, which has everything in terms captured digitally. And that makes our foundation so very strong. And over and above that, we have created further layers. So that, I think, is helping us to leapfrog. And in that, I think, let me also talk about a few layers that we are creating over and above that identity layer that we started off with. There's the transaction layer. And that transaction layer is something that all of you are witnessing. Payments. There's a payment revolution which has all gone into digital. The UPI, the electronic payments, BBPS, bill payments. So all that has transformed in the way we do transactions. And it's not just monetary transactions. There are multiple other transactions that are getting done. And all that is the transaction layer. And that is again revolutionizing the way we operate, the way we do business, the way we lead our lifestyles, the way we handle cash. So there's so much of change happening. Again, that is something India leads the world in. So that, again, is another fundamental change which has happened, and again, India is leading the world in that. Beyond that transaction layer, we have, again, something which we call the consent layer, the authentication layer. And in that authentication layer is the theme of this conference. It is the theme of this hackathon. Right? The theme of this hackathon is authentication solutions for enhanced security. So everything that we do digital requires authentication, requires security. So while digital provides a lot of advantages, it allows us to leapfrog and take India forward very, very dramatically and very fast. But at the same time, there are advantages that this digital technologies give us. It gives us speed, it gives us depth of analysis, it gives us use of data. We can use humongous amount and tons of data and crunch it and analyze that and get results out of it. There is transparency, there is ease of access, there is convenience, there is compliance. So all that are advantages, benefits that we get out of this entire digital ecosystem. But at the same time, we have to ensure that it is secure, it is authenticated, and there is no breach. And that is where this hackathon is playing a very big role in terms of how we are thinking about how to better our authentication systems, how to better security. So security, trust is important as we operate in a digital world. Without security, we cannot get trust. So if you have to make our digital systems trustworthy, we have to have a back-end layer of security embedded in that. And that is where I think we have, the security aspects cannot be emphasized any less. It has to be emphasized more and more, and it has to be continuously evolving. As we march ahead, there will be newer threats, there will be newer areas, there will be newer gaps that will be discovered, because technology is also continuously changing. Technology is also continuously evolving. And as technology evolves, as technology changes, as we go to the new frontiers of technology, there will be new things to integrate. There will be new things that we need to solve for. There will be new areas that will be gaps which need to be bridged. So all that, again, throws up issues for security. I think that is where we need to constantly keep looking at this aspect of security. And that is why this hackathon, I think, is so important. IOB as a bank has also been focusing on digital and digital initiatives. We saw in the video some of the things that we have been doing as far as innovations in digital space is concerned, and we would definitely take it forward with the help of all of you. Plus, at the same time, there is a lot of startups which are coming out from this college itself. And we have also been financing a few of those startups. There's an incubation center which is there in this college. And from that incubation center, a lot of startups have started their journeys. And IOB would want to partner more and more with such startups so that we enable you to scale up at the same time, those startups which are getting started. So as far as innovation is concerned, IOB is also very, very a bank which is very focused on innovation and innovative products which help the digital age, which help Digital India, help this entire digital ecosystem, and at the same time, we can work together to create trust in all our digital assets and the digital infrastructure that we create. So with that, let me talk about this process a little. This process is a sort of a very, very competitive process that I just saw, and how it started. It was launched in February 2025. So from that time onwards till today, I think there has been a very, very rigorous process and a very rigorous competition which has gone about. There have been 90 teams which first started this entire journey. 90 teams participated initially, and 90 teams comprised of almost 320 students. From those 90 teams, shortlisting happened, came down to 20 teams. 20 teams, again, another round of shortlisting. Prototype development started, and then 10 teams got selected for prototype development, who then developed prototypes, gave it in the demo day, and from there we have now 5 teams which have come into the grand finale. So it's been a very, very rigorous exercise, but at the same time, let me say, while these 5 teams who have come to this stage of grand finale, their ideas we will definitely be looking at, but at the same time, I think each team who have participated, each participation has been very, very significant. Every one of you who have participated is important. It's only probably one occasion where some idea clicks, but there could be another occasion where another of your ideas could get picked up. So ideas is for free. So everyone has ideas, everyone has to work on those ideas and create. The journey is about creation. The journey is about bringing those ideas out. The ideas should not stop at inside us. the idea has to come out. And that's the whole purpose of this hackathon, that each one of your ideas, we spur them to come out, and then those ideas get worked on, and then we see a result and an outcome out of that. So I would like to congratulate all those participants, every one of you who started off and gave ideas. So each one of those ideas was important. Each one deserves applause and deserves full credit for starting off and bringing it out in the open. So that itself, participation has been very, very significant. So congratulations to all those participants, and of course, congratulations to the top 5 who have come here. And best of luck to every one of you, not only to these top 5 for making it to the final, and then whoever wins, definitely we would like to see them taking those ideas forward. But every one of you, I would like to wish all of you all the best for your future, for your better careers, and also for bringing out a lot of the ideas and ideation that you have in each one of you, and create that to create a better future for our country, create a better India, a new India. Thank you, everyone, and good luck.
Thank you, sir. May I now request our esteemed dignitaries to kindly join us off stage and be seated, please. May I request the dignitaries to kindly get settled off stage. Thank you very much. All right, so students, before we can move forward into the next exciting and incredibly knowledgeable panel discussion that we've got, and it's coming your way, may I request all of you to participate in something as exciting as giving a whole lot of claps to every single brain behind this event today, all right? So how do we do that? How do we do that? Come on, students, you've got the energy. I'm going to teach you how to clap. I know you know, but let's do this together. When I say 1, you clap 1 time. When I say 2, you clap twice. When I say 3, you clap. It's an interaction. Come on. When I say 3, you clap 3 times. And when I say 4, 5 times. No. When I say 4, you don't clap. So 4 is that lovely mode where you go into Zen feeling. All right? Can we do this? 1. 1. Together as 1. 1. 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 1, 1, 3, 3, 4. Wow, that's how we do it. So 4, you don't clap, you just enjoy the moment, all right? Now we're going to do it with a little more energy, so we do it above our heads. Students, are we ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing. Ready? 1. 1. Above. Can I have all your hands above your heads? Come on, show me your hands. Wave out to me. Hello there, students. Can I have you waving out to me? The ones on the balcony, I'm watching you intently. Come on, guys. I think that B.S. Abdul Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology has got more energy. Come on, have you? 1, 1, 1. Higher. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, And now put your hands together for Cybersecurity Hackathon 2025! Wow, you've got the most energy in the world. Thank you for that. We will now proceed with a panel discussion.
Hello?
May I request the panelists to kindly join me on stage once I have called upon your name. Miss Aarti Rangarajan, can we have you on stage, ma'am, as the panelist?
Sure.
She is a chartered accountant and senior financial services partner in business consulting at Messrs. Ernst & Young India. She brings 28 years of experience, including her role as CXO at a leading private sector bank. Her expertise spans omni-channel, customer experience, and data-led digital solutions across the customer life cycle. Can we give a big round of applause for Miss Aarti Rangarajan, everybody? Thank you, ma'am. Please be seated. Our next panelist, Mr. Prasanna Lohar, Independent Director of Prodevans Technologies, the President at India Blockchain Forum. He is an award-winning CXO banker, digital architect, industry innovator, startup mentor, bank advisor with 24 plus years of experience at all levels. Put your hands together one more time for Mr. Prasanna Lohar. A big round of applause and welcome to you, sir. Up next, let me take the pleasure of welcoming our next panelist, Mr. Magesh Serve, India Technology Leader, Senior Director, Solutions Architect at Messrs. Red Hat, Technology Strategist, Modernization Enabler in Cloud Platform and Data Modernization with 30 years of experience. Can we give Mr. Magesh a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome, sir. And may I now request the presence of Mr. Rajesh Malhotra, the Technical Leader for Data and AI covering India Operations, IBM Software, tech professional with 30 years experience in data and AI platform at IBM Software. So please join me one more time in welcoming all our panelists for a very important panel discussion. A big round of applause, everybody. Thank you, and over to you.
Hello, am I audible? Am I audible? Okay. A very good evening to all of you. Thank you, IOB. Thank you, Abdul Rahman Crescent College. Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you, DFS and IBA, for enabling this hackathon. I think it's really going to energize the youth across India and also the banks to think innovatively and do some things great. So thank you for this opportunity. Very quickly about this panel topic. So today we are going to discuss about Vikshit Bharat in the context. Am I? Okay, that's fine. So I think Joydeep sir was nicely talking about how India is growing and how we are aspiring towards Vikshit Bharat, the 2047 vision of 35 trillion economy. And I think this panel discussion is actually an alignment to that topic of Vikshit Bharat as to what banks should do in terms of being more resilient, more secured, agile, and convenient for our customers. So that's where the topic is all about. We have experts from technology industry with vast years of experience. So are you all excited to listen to these experts? Yes? Okay. So maybe we will start quickly with the topic around resilience. So we all know that as we grow and become one of the best banks in the world, as banking sector, India being the best, in the global parlance, security and resilience becomes very, very imperative. So when we talk about resilience, it's about how quickly we are able to come out of unexpected events, how we are able to be without any disruptions, how we build our infrastructure and design it. So that's about resilience. And in terms of security, it's about how you secure your data to drive customer trust and confidence. So now in this context, can I request Prasanna to share your thoughts on what top 5 things which public sector banks could do to enhance their security and stay resilient?
Thank you so much, and thank you so much to Indian Overseas Bank for bringing in such a nice initiative along in collaboration with the DFS and the partners to bring security experts, future security experts through these initiatives. I think as IB has narrated this initiative to do a lot of hackathons with the universities, I'm sure many more wonderful innovations will come. Back to your question, ma'am. I think security is at all levels. If I say these are the only 5 things, we can go beyond that. And when we talk about last 10 years, sir spoke nicely about how the innovation has started with Jan Dhan, followed by the payment innovations by fintechs, and now I think banking is not only the branches, but the way we have seen the traditional banking when we used to do back in early 2000, then it has started with a smartphone-backed digital banking and or mobile banking per se. Now today we are in the era of intelligent banking, and every era we have seen there are different functions started coming in. When you talk about a security, I know those days in 2011 or 12 when we had 1 or 2 people only in security. And today we have a complete function so-called led by CISO, then we have different officers, compliance or vigilance officers, so on. So I think coming back to the question, I think at 5 levels, like people in the organization, the security is not a responsibility only on a CISO department, but within organization, the employees, their awareness around how to really utilize the applications and give it back to the end user customer. So I think people comes first, awareness of a people, how the everything needs to be utilized, how to really deploy those things in the infrastructure. So everybody who is part of a bank is very first important. I think wherein reskilling of those people, imagine RBI has narrated even the board members or MDs to undergo with certifications through IDRBT or NIBMs. But I think people comes first, then the process, which whenever we are defining any new process, it undergoes a lot of sign-offs within a bank. But are we automating that process for future banking or intelligent banking? Today we are back part of intelligent banking, but imagine tomorrow customers gonna be the devices. It's not only human beings are going to do the transactions, but devices, smart homes, smart appliances. I'll not be surprised, couple of banks will launch UPI within some smart cars. So whenever we are defining process, are we defining the process in a which is valid for next 4 or 5 years? A third aspect, utilization of technology. While we were utilizing mobile or SMSC stack, which is a social mobile analytics and cloud stack, we are slowly getting, or rather we are already there because of AI is everywhere. So we are already in the stack of AI, blockchain, and slowly quantum and the IoT. So I think, are we adopting right technology on time? It should not be before time, but should be on time. And considering the way we have seen, if we adopt some technology, we need another technology to safeguard that. Imagine AI blockchain combination, how it can be nurtured or creator-led foundations. I think sooner or later, the way RBI and the banks are really working around that, while we adopt AI as a technology or cloud as a technology or a big data as technology, are we really safeguarding that technology is very, very important. Fourth pillar, what all partners we are onboarding? Are these right partners, certified partners? It's very, very important. RBI says that it should be certain panel if you are doing some VAPTs. So I think partnership is very important. We work a lot heavily with the fintechs, but the fintechs are taking that responsibility which banks do carry. Are they really carrying that responsibility in their people, in their cloud, in their infrastructure is very, very important. So partner is a very important, and regulator. I think we are blessed with such a great regulator, Reserve Bank of India, as far as the banking is concerned. And the way we see the kind of a momentum they have built, they keep doing a lot of work. They have a separate units for different verticals. But now, with the addition of new technology, addition of some RBI Innovation Hub or fintech units, they are looking at how this new age experience is going to add additional burden with the security, compliance, regulators. So I think these are these areas which are very, very important for any bank to really take care of. And lastly, look at your customer. While we are building all of that, keep narrating, keep giving some kind of awareness session, and application is built in a such a way that it should be security first. It shouldn't be that, see, while we have done with a lot of work on passwords, second factor authentication, now RBI is talking about additional third factor authentication or additional factor authentications. Are we building anything which is around authentication, but are we building some of those foundational changes backed by FRM or some of those SOCs or some of those firewalls? So I think last but not the least, when customer is going to be there in the next 5 years or 10 years, so I think it's combination of all those 5 pillars which I said, we need to relook everything which we have built last several years and see, can we build something like invisible, so secure first experience, why do we need passwords, or why not we do it with our behavioral biometrics or biometrics? I think that is what I think is very much needed, and good to see that many more innovations will come from this hackathon in that direction.
Sure, Prasanna. Thank you so much. Rajesh or Mangesh, would you want to add on to this? Maybe one request, given the audience are your youngsters who are future employee workforce, maybe you can talk about the skill sets which are required for them, you know, in terms of supporting this.
So I think, you know, firstly, you know, just a trivia. So, you know, Joydeep sir mentioned that 1960 was the first time that computer was used, right, in the bank. Really commendable, you know, I mean, like during that time, probably it was not thought of as well. But I just have one trivia, you know, on chatbot, you know, when was the first chatbot ever created? You know, just think through it. You might think like, you know, 2015, 2016, 2020 kind of things. But in 1960 was when the first chatbot was created, right? And also, you know, from an NLP point of view, I think IBM first time kind of, you know, used NLP very extensively to win that game, Jeopardy game, right? Jeopardy champions. So those are the two things. But, you know, coming back to your question, especially, you know, two personas over here. One is the bank. I mean, like we work with the bank very regularly. So, you know, before that I'll address the students part and then I'll come to the bank. So from a student's point of view, I think when it comes to resilience, you know, just you know, you should be lucky that you are in a time when, you know, every organization, and sir did mention that we are looking at, you know, entrepreneurship. See, when it comes to resilience, there are two things. One is, you know, resilience is like, you know, hey, something has happened and I know I'm reacting to it and I'm doing firefighting. I think that was something that used to happen in banks for a very long time because, you know, if technology was evolving and, you know, whenever there is an issue, everyone will go out to douse the fire. Today, resilience has done a complete paradigm shift. Today, resilience, we are looking at opportunity. You know, how resilient are you to take care of the opportunity very, very fast? And how resilient are you to kind of, you know, move things forward? So like, for example, earlier, you know, in the banking world or, you know, even the technology world elsewhere also, we used to say that, you know, okay, stability is the most important thing and, you know, there is no scope for failure. But in this world and, you know, for students, you can go and do a research, just do a search called Dora search, and you will figure out that today's enterprise is willing to embrace failure as well. There is a culture of entrepreneurship that has come up in banks as well, where bank is wanting to, and, you know, kudos, this particular hackathon is being organized, wherein, you know, we are looking at basically, you know, getting into that entrepreneur mode, wherein, you know, can we kind of, you know, through this hackathon, you know, invent something new, can a new idea be built, can a new idea be implemented. So I'll not kind of, you know, take much of time. Just one other point that I want to mention, you know, because now, and this is something where students and the banks both can kind of, you know, marry, which is basically do definitely look at what are the platforms that can help on modernization. So, you know, I think we have to move away from the legacy very, very fast, maybe at a speed of, you know, whatever speed we are doing at this point in time, maybe 10x or 20x or 30x or 40x time faster. So what is this, you know, platform for modernization or the, you know, infrastructure or application development modernization? You know, be more and more modular, embrace more and more of microservices, try to see that, you know, how can the API economy be leveraged. So as a student, you know, look at things which can kind of, you know, help you kind of, you know, acquire skills on DevSecOps, acquire skills on faster application development, acquire skills on hybrid cloud. And I think, you know, for us with bank, with OpenShift, we do a lot of things. If you also analyze what IOB is doing, you know, IOB is on a very fast track pace of modernization. Many of their core applications are getting under the hammer of modernization and they are kind of, you know, adopting the DevSecOps or the Kubernetes container world, and I'm fortunate that it is most of that deployment is happening on OpenShift. So really great. So look at that technology for sure. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Mangesh. And maybe I'll pass on the next question to Rajesh. See, we have been talking about, as part of Vikshit Bharat, we spoke about resilience, we spoke about security. One of the things which is increasingly happening, which Joydeep sir also mentioned, was about crunching data and coming up with insights and analytics to actually drive businesses. And data is a very, very important part. It's a very old science which is there, but it's undergoing a lot of transformation because of technology, because of Gen AI capabilities, AI, ML-led abilities. Now, in this context, and talking about security, and also talking about deep dive into data to drive businesses, how do you draw the balance? Keeping the security and resilience in mind, keeping the new DPDP regulations in mind, and then driving business using data. And you also please cover what kind of skill sets would be required for the students to look at this area as well, so that it's be useful.
Yeah, so when we think of data today, right?
You need to keep it closer.
Need it closer? Okay. So when we think of data today, things have changed quite a bit, right? Can't you, is it audible? Am I audible now? Okay. Okay, fine. I think I'm. So when we think of data today, things have changed quite a bit, right? One is there is a dramatic shift towards consumption of data yourself from somebody else giving me data to consume. So which essentially means that there is data democratization that's happening, which necessitates, which kind of necessitates that you have the right data governance in place in enterprises to be able to show data to the people who actually are authorized to see that. So which essentially means having very, very strong data governance practices in place, and that in a way also prevents you from the ability to handle data privacy and the ability to handle consumer data in the right manner. In a way, it also addresses your point on being resilient against customers who could go after you for leaking their data or misusing their data, right? Second is there is a shift in the way service is being delivered, right? The service today is going to get delivered more and more in an autonomous manner, which means that I am not going to be serviced by an individual on the other side who knows what he is doing. I am going to be serviced by an agent or a bot who depends on data, who depends on actions which are more LLM-led, right? Now, which means that I need to then improve my quality of data to build resiliency as well as get, improved service. I need to be in a position to have the right process in place. So which means I should have the ability to conduct processes which are suited to the end user, right? And this also puts in another factor, which is, am I putting out the right thing to my customer, right? Customer questions, customer is asking for a balance, and am I giving him the right balance? Customer is asking for an advice, am I giving him the right advice? And so forth. So I think, data is going to play a bigger role going forward because of these reasons. And I think resilience has to be embedded in every single activity, business process that I am conducting, right? And my risk, to the last question, I think my risks are diversified quite a bit today. The actions of India on Pakistan or Pakistan-India has a role to play, right? So does the Ukraine war have to play, and so does the Trump tariff have to play. So each of these risks becomes very important, that we know how to capture these risks. So I think to students who are designing solutions for the future, right, it becomes important that they are looking at this imperative of how agents are going to play here, how my architectures now need to be different from the way I used to have earlier,
I think that's a very important point what he told, and it's very relevant for this hackathon as well. As you are solving for the problems, one of the things which you will have to look at is how do you embed all these things, the risk aspects, the resilience aspects in your solution, and also make it future ready in terms of how it can play around with data. What will be the implication, how it can scale, how it can play around with data. I think these are all very important points. Yes. Any other things which you would like to add, Prasanna?
I think data is now almost everything. The way we have seen when we talk about banking, we used to go to the bank branch. We used to come out of your houses, reach to the bank branch. And now we carry our bank, right? We carry our bank in a mobile, that's how it is. And tomorrow, now imagine it took 20-25 years to carry our bank, which was a traditional bank, rather brick and mortar model still remains. Now ask yourself as a student, how every business model is going to be there next 25 years, after 25 years. Today, we have seen that IT modernization followed by cloud computing. The next 25 years, quantum is going to come. Today, the way we see whatever the data is being generated last 100 years, it is, and the last 2 years is as good as the same. So data is increasing. Now, when we talk about, sir spoke about microservices and APIs, will the same architecture is going to be there in the next 5 years? I am sure the way AI and relevant multifold innovations like agentic AI or agents or RPA is becoming now intelligent automation, everything is going to be changed. So it's an opportunity when you are a student, when you are in the college, whatever you are studying, it may not be the relevant after 4 or 5 years. So I think such hackathons do come, and with partnership with the tech partners and all, it's an opportunity to build whatever is resilient, whatever is long term in the next 3-4 years. I think coming back to the data, I think definition of resilience is changing. It's not only IT, it is around complete organization resilience, operational resilience, how it can be more automated, and financial resilience, how are we really taking care of finance within a bank. I think that is why data is now backbone for anything, everything which we are doing in any of the business model. Today we are talking about data as a cybersecurity, but you talk about every aspect, manufacturing or supply chain, agriculture, when you talk about banking, healthcare, the data is the backbone for all. The way we have seen data in the last 20 years, and because of this framework, so-called digital public infra, which is completely riding on a data. Say you talk about Aadhaar or UPI, and today we will talk about account aggregator, and sooner or later, this DPI to DPI is going to come, which is not there as of now. So I think while we are building what technology is okay, but what kind of a business model, what kind of a resilience thing which we are building, that is very, very important for any of the innovators. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you.
A quick couple of points on that, very short. So one is, when it comes to resilience and data, it is, not about kind of, recovering from a data failure. Data resilience when it comes, especially in banking finance world, is all about reputation. So you have to kind of, safeguard it at any cost. And to my mind, we talk about GDPR and all those things today, but I think, sometimes within our house itself, there is a lot of information that we should look at. So like, for example, whatever is in GDPR, internal access control, separation duty and whatnot, was already there in lot of guidelines that used to come from RBI. And having been in technology for a very long time, I just went through the RBI guidelines, data controls and all those things. I think if you just follow that, that itself is good enough to kind of, take care of many of your data requirements. And for students, I would say that, you look at, privacy enhancement tools. What are the tools and technologies which can kind of, help a organization enhance the privacy of data? I think if you look at those things, and if you look at regulations which our government is kind of, calling out, you will get a lot of information and a lot of idea to work on, data and resiliency around data.
Sure. Maybe in the interest of time, one last question. I would request, gentlemen, you can pick it up. One is around, last one which we spoke about on the Viksit Bharat imperative is about being agile. Agile is the ability for an organization to adapt to changes at a quick pace, so that, we don't lose out on the change and we are first to market. That's a very important aspect for any organization. In this context, can you share some few quick insights on how public sector, because their structure is very different, they have different governance and the processes are very different. In that context, is there anything which you can share very quickly to say how public sector banks could be more agile to adapt to changes in technology as well as market conditions?
Absolutely. I think, we are seeing that actually. I think kudos to the banking industry. I think the best brains are there, okay. although, there are some limitations, the way kind of, organization functions, those are all kind of, the internal functioning kind of, silos, but then those are getting broken with every single passing day. So, having worked with a lot of private banks and a lot of public sector banks, what I see is, from an agility point of view, I think something like, having innovation days, innovation engagement. In Red Hat, we call it as open innovation labs, wherein we get experts and we get cross-functional departments to come together, and probably first 1 or 2 days, there is no technology conversation. The conversation is around, what's the business problem? Is it a customer problem that we are trying to solve, or is it some, operational problem that we are trying to solve? And the work is just around that. And eventually, when you have to kind of, look at implementing it, what fills best in the sigmoid curve. McKinsey had coined up that, that term a long time back, wherein a sigmoid curve is where, there is a incumbent business model and there is a disruptive business model. Incumbent business model is cash cow, which is kind of, giving you all the money currently. But a disruptive business model is something that will become the next big cash cow for the organization. And for that, the right set of technology is very, very important to be picked up. And I think in today's world, hybrid cloud, cloud native technologies, those are the technologies which are giving you the option when there is a faint signal. I want to build a prototype quickly, and I want to kind of, validate my business model, whether, this business model runs, with the help of this technology. Once I have validated, I want to integrate that prototype into my existing solution or into my existing ecosystem and kind of, try it out in, say, probably a controlled fashion. Once, I have seen that, it works really well within my organization, I think, then I need to look at, how do I, basically then scale it up. And I think for this, it is very important that you look at Kubernetes container technologies like, one being called, OpenShift Plus, which comes from Red Hat. And second is, you need to leverage AI big time. You need to have a platform which will be able to kind of, get you these various business models. Because if I have to build a prototype today, there are a lot of models already existing in the market. How do I get those models quickly into my system and kind of, build that prototype faster? So I think that particular part also is very, very important. And again, over here, what's for students as well as for enterprises, picking up the right approach really matters. And I think that is the key to success when it comes to agility. Yeah.
Sure, thank you. Thank you. You want to add something very quickly? I just have a minute maybe to close, so probably.
Yeah. So I think very importantly, business agility can come with loosely coupled architectures, right? And there are case studies here of even income tax department of our country building processes which are agile, which can be configured as you go. And it's more important now in the world of agentic AI, right? Because external processes are also going to get more and more. So architecture, very important. Everybody understands data, how to read data, how to consume data. I think that brings in agility.
Great,
so I have a one view, like for any organization, while these young, they are going to be leaders of tomorrow. And the way we have seen the banking last 20, 25 years and now, and my example, like when my MD said in DCB Bank, how can we be more resilient? We started another unit, called innovation unit. And I have seen in PSU banks also now that trend is coming. Like Indian Bank of India, where I had set up 40-member team within 3 months. So I think any bank, PSU or private, it all depends upon how leadership support for another view. Whatever we are doing as a traditional banking, so-called managed banking, how do you really change the banking is very important. And organization has those leaders like we have seen out here, right? Joydeep sir and others. They can really have some additional view to create an innovation unit which cut across all the people, having a council which work inside, taking the ideas from the inside employees, run it to the innovators, and to build it with open innovation. I think that's how now banks are doing it. We have some examples like SBI Yono, which is hived out from the SBI, and see the SBI, how they have built it. Apart from the architecture technology, people are changing. So I think every organization is changing now, and ultimately people in the organization, leadership in the organization, setting up a new process, innovation, and that is called as the culture. That changes and makes the organization more agile and resilient.
Thank you very much. Thank you for those wonderful insights. I hope all these things were useful and you were able to get some new insights from our experts here. And finally, maybe just a quick summarization of the skills, because you're all youngsters, you have a bright future ahead of you. There is a Vikshit Bharat vision which is open for all Bharatiya citizens, right? And we need to make use of it. We need to go with the tide. You know, whenever you go with the growth, which is happening in the ecosystem, growth is faster. So please look at those skills, which will put you in a very unique position for jobs and employment, and also contribute to the economy. Good luck to all of you. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you.
Check. So thank you once again. Can we put our hands together, students, and give a big, big round of applause for all the 4 panelists, Ms. Aarti Rangarajan, Mr. Prasanna Lohar, Mr. Magesh Sarv, and Mr. Rajesh Malhotra, for such an incredible, insightful discussion that is definitely going to be valued by every single student out here. Can we give them a bigger round of applause, everybody? Thank you very, very much. May I now request the General Manager, Shri A.M. Banerjee, to kindly come on stage to felicitate our panelists. Please, sir. May I request the presence of 4 eminent panelists who've joined us this afternoon. Ms. Aarti Rangarajan, can we give her a big round of applause, everybody? Can we have Mr. Prasanna Lohar on stage, please? Come on, the energy needs to go a bit higher. Students, can we continue to applaud the panelists? One more time, a big round of applause for Mr. Prasanna Lohar, everybody. May I request Mr. Magesh Sarv to kindly join us on stage. Thank you very much, sir. One more time, can we put our hands together for Mr. Magesh, everybody? Thank you, sir. And may I request Mr. Rajesh Malhotra to kindly join us on stage. A big round of applause for all the 4 panelists, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, sir, and thank you to our General Manager, Shri A.M. Banerjee. Thank you, sir. May I request all the students to kindly be seated wherever you are as we are going to proceed with a very important speech coming up. And yes, please do join me in welcoming on stage Ms. Neelam Agarwal, the Director, DFS, Government of India Nominee Director, IOB, to kindly join us on stage for the chief guest address. Can we put our hands together and welcome Ms. Neelam Agarwal, everybody? Thank you, ma'am. The stage is yours.
Respected dignitaries, esteemed guests, distinguished faculty members, and my dear students, a very good evening to all of you. Today, this is a matter of absolute honor and privilege for me to stand here today before all of you to witness this momentous occasion of IOB Cybernova 2025 Hackathon Grand Finale. Today marks not just the culmination of a competition, it is but a celebration of ideas, innovation, creativity, and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. That is the spirit of all technological advancements. First of all, let me take this opportunity to congratulate all the wonderful and brilliant students who have participated in this hackathon series. I'm truly excited to witness the presentations which will be going very soon. I have come to know that the top 5 teams will be presenting their ideas today. So I'm very excited to hear all of them to what do they bring about. I was just going through the top 10 finalist ideas which was given to us by the IOB, and I'm really excited to read the brief about them, and I'm especially delighted to see that there are 2 all-women teams in the top 10 finalists. So congratulations, special congratulations to all the women present over here, and all the best to you. It is encouraging to note that this hackathon has inspired over 300 bright students from 86 teams, spanning diverse and dynamic fields like IT, computer science, AI, IoT, data science, and MCA to come together and ideate transformative solutions. And finally, today, we are celebrating the top 5 teams, each having demonstrated excellence in innovation, technical execution, real-world applicability, business potential, and presentation skills. Now, as we all wait after this address to hear from the top 5 finalists, and then to see who emerge as the top 3 winners, I would like to put on record my immense appreciation for each and every participating team who may not have reached the finals today. But believe me, your journey was worth it, because every single idea is unique and every idea matters and is worthy to be nurtured to reach its full potential sooner or later. Dear students, you have just not competed, you have contributed. Through your work, your dedication, and your willingness to learn, you have shown us the kind of talent and passion that gives us confidence in India's digital future. So many congratulations to all the participating teams and all the very best to the 5 finalists. My heartiest congratulations to the sponsored Indian Overseas Bank, academic partner B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, and knowledge partner Ernst & Young for successfully hosting this edition of the hackathon. Together, you have orchestrated an exemplary event that embodies the Government of India's vision to build a culture of innovation, entrepreneurship, and problem solving among students across the country. As we all know, this hackathon series was conceptualized by the Department of Financial Services, Government of India, to inspire innovation and problem solving across public sector banks. Our vision is to build stronger, safer, and smarter banking systems by encouraging collaboration between banks, academic institutions, and technology experts, enhancing our collective efforts in fintech and cybersecurity sectors, encouraging innovation and prototype development on identified problem statements within the banking sector, promoting the use of technology and digital tools to improve banking services, and lastly, providing opportunities for entrepreneurship by identifying commercially viable solutions. IOB's hackathon titled IOB Cybernova with the theme Authentication Solution for Enhanced Security, addressing digital security threats like unauthorized access and data breaches, is aligned with this vision of Government of India. This year's theme, Authentication Solution for Enhanced Security, is timely and relevant. In an era where digital transformation is revolutionizing how we live, work, and bank, the issue of digital security and authentication has never been more critical. Traditional passwords and other security mechanisms are no longer enough. As we all keep hearing that how do cyber criminals breach this security mechanism and access the secure data. Like I remember a few days ago, and this is not about sophisticated cyber criminals in advanced countries or in big cities. Today, even a cyber criminal sitting in a remote village, in a distinct village, even can do these activities. Like few days ago only, I read a newspaper item that in the remote areas of a district of Uttar Pradesh, a gang was busted for making forged documents like caste or domicile certificates and doing Aadhaar updation and new Aadhaar entries fraudulently. Silicon thumb impression and iris prints were found from their possession. So the point is that not just the passwords are not safe, even the biometric systems are not safe. The cyber criminals are always one step ahead of us. So we have to constantly find new solutions to the challenges they pose to us. So these digital innovations and digital new problem-solving solutions are very important for us. So this hackathon series, which is conceptualized by the DFS and being carried on by all the 12 public sector banks, is very important and very relevant. Dear students, I'm also very happy to share with you that the first prize winning team of today might get a unique opportunity to further develop their prototype and present it at the upcoming Global FinTech Fest to be held at Mumbai in the month of October 2025. Department of Financial Services, Government of India is in talks with the organizers of this FinTech Fest, and we sincerely hope that this idea comes through, and if not all the prize winners of all the banks, but at least some of the prize winners whose ideas are found most innovative and practical, they get an opportunity to present their ideas at that Global FinTech Fest. So I would like to wish best wishes to all the finalist teams today for that. Further, I've been pleased to hear the high impact panel discussion today by the industry experts on the resilience, security, agility, and convenience in banking imperatives for Viksit Bharat. This session was indeed an insightful one, and I'm sure all the students present over here must have had some of the takeaways for their own from this session. Before I conclude, let me once again express my appreciation to IOB, the academic partner BS Abdul Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, knowledge partners ENY, Indian Banks Association, the organizing committees, professors, mentors, jury members, and all those who have contributed in various ways for making this hackathon a true success. This event has shown that what is possible when government, academia, and industry come together to foster innovation. Innovation is not just about technology, it is about thinking differently. It is about solving real-world problems with impact, empathy, and intelligence. We firmly believe that the journey which we have sailed is not just the creation of prototypes, it is the nurturing of future entrepreneurs, security experts, technologists, and leaders. To all the students, I would like to say, keep questioning, keep building, and keep dreaming. The future of digital India lies in your minds and in your hands. Thank you and best wishes to all. Jai Hind.
So once again, can we put our hands together and give a big round of applause for our chief guest for that beautiful and empowering address. Thank you once again, Ms. Neelam Agarwal. So now we're going to move on to something that's going to be exciting, all right? So when you look at all these banners, all the standees around here, you know for sure that IOB Cybernova is gone to a whole new level. Are you ready to think it, code it, ship it? And like your standee beautifully says, powered by passion, driven by code. Now it is the right time for us to proceed with the presentation by the top 5 teams. You remember I taught you how to clap? So now you clap continuously, unconditionally, with a whole lot of energy from your side, because we are going to welcome on stage the first team coming up for their presentation today. Can we put our hands together? You remember the 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1, clap, 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 clap unconditionally for them. Auth Guardians, are you ready? So meanwhile, I think it is fair enough for us to get to know the top 5 teams, all right? So we've got Auth Guardians with us. So can we cheer for Auth Guardians, everybody? All right. Can we cheer for Exception Handlers? Let's find out who's got the majority cheer now. Can we cheer for Team Seraph? A big round of applause. That is an all-women team. Can we give them a big round of applause? Can we also cheer for the Cyber Crafters, everybody? Cyber Crafters, can we give them a big round of applause? And of course, Team 5, we've got True Sight. So can we give them a big round of applause as well? Thank you, team, for the overwhelming response and support. We will now proceed with the presentation by the first team. So Team Auth Guardians, wherever you are, may I request the presence of the 4 members to kindly join us on stage. Can we have Farhat Naushin, Sana Takim, Sujata GD, and Salha Afreen Sahani H. Can we put our hands together and give them a big round of applause, everybody?
I want you all to picture this before I start anything. You're walking to an ATM and it's a Sunday morning. What if you have forgotten your mobile phone? What if you don't have your cards? You don't have your wallet at all? And your chai wala is very merciless. He won't give you a cup of tea for free. He's your local friend, but still he won't do it. So what if I told you you don't need that? What if I told you you don't need your mobile phone? You don't need your card, nothing. All you need is your hands. Good afternoon, one and all present here. Myself, Farhat Naushin, and this is my team, Auth Guardians, my teammates, Sujata, Salha, and Sana. We present to you WaynePay, a cardless cash withdrawal from ATMs. Our project is very simple. It's also futuristic. So let me tell you what we bring to the table. We bring you a secure biometric that is based on your finger vein patterns, which is run by Raspberry Pi and advanced pre-processing. Finally, it is encrypted completely using AES, which I think everyone is aware of. But you might ask, why a new biometric? What's the use? We already have fingerprints, we already have facial recognition. Why something new? Let me tell you, we all know banks are a fortress where wealth is gathered, and their users are people who have passwords like 1, 2, 3, 4, and people who still think facial recognition works after a haircut. So we need something that is deeper, that is modern, something literally under your skin. Like veins, we all know what veins are, right? And why it is unique, why veins? So let me tell you, first of all, veins are within your hands. You really can't reach it. Secondly, you need a continuous blood flow on your hands. Now, I think we all would have done this during our childhood. I mean, I and my team did, so I hope everyone has done this, where you place your hand below a torch and your hand turns red. You might have even noticed some lines on your hand. This is exactly what is veins. Those veins absorb the hemoglobins in the veins, absorb the IR radiation, and they turn brighter. So you're easily able to visible. That it is as simple as that. We are using that as your authentication. Secondly, in this post-pandemic world, where contactless is a luxury, where you need something that is hygienic, something like vein pay, where you don't have to come in contact with anything, is the real luxury. Now, and to finally drive my point home, I would like to say that even twins don't have same vein pattern. Or let me just say that both 2 fingers on your hand are not going to have the same vein pattern. It's as randomized as that. Finally, our use cases. Who are we focusing on? Now, it would be a large sector, everybody's requirement of security, but our main focus is on ATMs for both rural and for urban. Our focus is on the customers who are going to use it. And our focus is going to be on the HNIs and corporate clients who need it to keep their high-end costs very secure. Now, is the system feasible? Is it really viable to be used? Let me tell you, our system is very reasonably priced. Our system leverages using products like open source algorithm that makes it very cost effective. And lastly, our system is pretty portable. Our system is small, so it can be easily scaled up, and it can be easily portable across all ATMs. Now, I'm not getting ahead of ourselves. Maybe we definitely faced challenges in our project. So the challenges, but we didn't disappoint. We came up with strategies to overcome these as well. Our challenges were some of them as follows. The first one being low contrast in different lighting conditions. So to overcome this, we came up with IR lighting, a consistent form of lighting system where each image pattern would be captured in a very same way. Secondly, we have faced issues where images might not come clear, some veins might be left off. So what we came up with pre-processing, an advanced version where the pre-processing takes up all the patterns, ensure there is a consistency in the image being registered. And finally, we all are aware about Raspberry Pi having computational limitations. To ensure that this doesn't become a problem, what we do is we have used HOG. This reduces the overall features in our images, so the Raspberry Pi can perform our computation perfectly. Coming on to next. Now I've told you our product is feasible. I've told you our product, how it looks, but how it works. Let's take under a hood and see how it's actually working. I'll give you a small overview. First of all, we are using Python, we are using OpenCV, HOG, we are using AES, SVM. Now these are all small parts that I'll be using. I'll be explaining to you while explaining the workflow. First of all, a user places their finger on the scanner. When you place the finger on the scanner, an image is captured. As you can see on the first raw image, that's how your image is going to look. Then the captured image is going to be undergoing extraction and pre-processing. The steps, that is the image extraction, are going to look as goes. First, the raw image will be converted to grayscale. After conversion to grayscale, the contrast will be enhanced of the image. And finally, edge detection. Why this is necessary? So that all the background noises can be removed and you are left with just the vein structure and your finger. That's all. Once this is done, the HOG will reduce the overall dimensionality of the vein images, and after that it would be encrypted using AES. We'll be taking this image and convert it into a digital template and store it to our database. Now whenever you're going to authenticate, your template is going to be matched by the template in the database, and that's how you're going to ensure that authentication is successful or not. And to ensure encryption, once image is extracted, all the process will be done when the image is encrypted. Finally, you can see once you are authenticated, your payment system will go forward as it normally does for your ATM card, for your PINs, or for your UPI. Now, maybe people might still ask, like, okay, your system is good, or it's something new, but how is it impactful? What is in this for the users, for the bankers? As I've already stated that our target sectors is banks, our target sectors are their customers, HNIs, the corporate clients, but is it really impactful? Let's take a look. Our product is sociably and economically very beneficial. It ensures inclusivity, it ensures that your identity theft is not taking place. It reduces or completely prevents frauds like PIN skimming, card cloning, identity theft, all. Identity theft and all. And on a global scale, let me just say, the leading tech company of Japan has made his statement that finger vein system have won the banking trust all over Japan. So if Japan can do it, why not India? Why not our banks like IOB? What is stopping us? And to drive my point home, not only are we sustainable, not only are we socially and economically beneficial, we are also very sustainable. Our project directly supports SDG Goal 9, SDG Goal 11 and 12, making sure our products encourages sustainability, innovation, as well as responsible consumption. Now, to ensure that our product is not just a baseless assumption, we have made sure that our research is grounded on global science, which are authenticated by allied institutes like the National Cybersecurity of UK, by US, by the Hitachi themselves, by major engineering conferences, the FBI of US. This overall ensures that our product is confident and is easily secure. Finally, to conclude my point, I'd like to say that VeinPay is not just a technological project. It's also the solution for three major problems of modern day: security, accessibility, and sustainability. With a digital India and the development of India, and with banks like IOB that looks for seamless innovation along with their tradition, I think our project fits right in. At the end, I would like to quote Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam by saying that dreams transform into thoughts, and thoughts transform results into action. VeinPay is our action towards a secure and smarter banking. No need of pins, no need of cards, just your veins. Thank you. Now I'd like to show our demo video.
Welcome to the world of veins. Sample 1 inserts their finger into the VeinPay scanner. The infrared LED illuminates the finger, making the vein patterns visible. Then a no-R camera captures the detailed structure of the veins for secure authentication.
Sample 1 is now registering in the system. 5 high-quality vein images are being captured for analysis. Registration is successful. Now initiating authentication. Vein pattern matched. Access granted. Sample 2 is inserting the finger. Infrared scan initiated. Vein pattern is being captured for registration. Sample 2 is now registering. 5 vein images are being captured one by one.
Sample 1 is attempting to impersonate Sample 2.
The system is now processing and comparing the data for authentication.
Vein pattern mismatch. Access denied.
I would like to show our physical project now.
May I request all the students to kindly be seated wherever you are. We are not yet done with the event, so can we have you seated, please? And now it is the right time for us to put our hands together and give them a big, big round of applause. What an incredible idea. VanePay, the next generation of secure authentication. Can we give the girls a big round of applause, everybody? And we wish them all the very best. Can we now put our hands together and welcome the next team for their presentation? Team Exception Handlers. A big round of applause for Sabir Sulaiman Khan ji, Syed Tufail Ahmad, Syed Mustafa, Syed Shabib Ahmad. A big round of applause and welcome Exception Handlers.
So, greetings to all. Myself, Syed Mustafa from Team Exceptional Handlers. And these are my teammates, Syed Tufail Ahmed, Shabir and Shabib. So, we are here to present our solution, IOB 5X. So, before getting into solution, let's go through the problem statement, which was given by the IOB team. So, based on the document which we received from the IOB team, we have classified the problem statement into 4 categories. The first one is to reduce the password dependency. Second one is the lack of real-time monitoring of user. Third one is SMS OTP weakness. And the fourth one is inadequate phishing defense. So after analyzing these things, we came to know that these issues are not only restricted in IOB, but various other sectors, multiple banks such as Chase and HSBC are victims of these kind of attacks. So there are also other organizations which face this problem. To solve this, we are here with IOB 5X. So, IOB 5X is an AI-powered secure authentication system which was developed by us for the past 2 months based on the reviews and comments given by our mentors, our faculties, and the Indian Overseas Bank team. So, it consists of 5 modules. The first one is AdaptiveX, which is a QR-based login system, and it is here to tackle the problem of heavy password dependency. The second and third one are AML models. First one, flow auth, and the other one is neuro behavior. These 2 things work intercomplementarily to enhance the real-time monitoring of user. The fourth one is smart OTP system, in which a unique encrypted time-based OTP is generated. So it is here to overcome the vulnerabilities of traditional SMS OTP. And the last one is PhishShield, which was built from scratch, and it's a web extension which can be plugged into any kind of browser. Next, please. So first one, AdaptiveX. So whenever a person wants to do any kind of transaction, so he can log in with the help of his phone. So what happens is that once the person takes out his phone, opens an IOB application and simply scans that QR code. Once he scans the QR code through his IOB application, he gets directed towards the main page. In this, there's no need of password, account number, IFSC code, and all other things. So this technology is not only restricted to web pages and mobile application. This thing can be integrated into ATMs to do cashless deposit and withdrawal. Sorry, cardless, cashless, and cashless deposit and withdrawal. Next slide. And next comes our flow auth and neuro behavior engine. So as soon as the person enters into the main web page, the flow auth module starts tracking his behavior, such as his cursor movements, his typing rhythm, his session duration, and multiple other behavioral parameters. So these parameters are then sent to our neuro behavior engine. So neuro behavior engine is made up of isolation forest machine learning. So what happens is that, in simple words, it predicts whether it is a legit user or not based on his previous transaction. In case there is an anomaly, there is a deviation from a normal behavior, a multi-factor authentication is triggered. So with this, we can assure that even if your password is stolen, they can't steal your behavior. So only based on your behavior, you can continue the transaction. Next one, please. And our fourth component is smart OTP. So for each and every time, a unique encrypted smart OTP is generated, which gets degenerated every 30 seconds. So in traditional OTP, there is an attack known as SIM swapping, wherein the attacker tries to mimic the OTP and steal data, which happened in the Chase Bank. To overcome this, smart OTP is here. So it is cost effective, like the bank is going to have the overall control of generating the OTP. Instead of connecting with a third-party telecommunication system, they can use their own server to generate OTPs. And the last one is Fish. So whenever we do any kind of transaction in official website and multiple e-commerce website, you can just plug in this web extension and check whether it is a malicious website or not. So our web extension gives you a score, like a rating whether it is secure or not secure. So all these 5 components are integrated into one solution. Next. And benefits and impacts. Since this application, this system, the project is completely software, it's easily scalable. There's no need of any kind of cameras, microphones, or any kind of sensors to do the transaction. So we are here, we can assure you that this solution is secure, safe, scalable, and cost effective. And most importantly, it can be implemented right now with the current system. And we are here to enhance the user's behavior as well. So to conclude, this solution we believe that this solution can revolutionize the whole banking system. So now my team will be displaying the actual working of our system.
Greetings to all. Presenting IOB 5X, 5 cybersecurity solutions for a safer digital bank. Let's get straight into it. Hey everyone, this is Rahul. Rahul, say hi.
Hi, I'm Rahul.
Rahul wants to do 2 things. 1, he wants to pay his rent, and 2, he wants to buy a new shoe. Let's help him with that. For paying rent, Rahul opens the IOB banking website. Once he's opened the website, he selects the login with QR option. Once he clicks that, a new QR code is generated. Now what Rahul does is he opens his IOB mobile app simultaneously. He enters the PIN there and logs in. Thereafter, he clicks on the option scan QR code. And the moment he scans, voila, he is logged in into his banking website. Fast, a convenient and a secure way to log in.
Hey, that was fast and a convenient way to log in.
Yes, it was. This is QR login via Adaptive X technology. It is fast, secure and a convenient way to log in. Once the login is done, Rahul moves further with his transaction to pay his rent. But what he doesn't know is that 2 things are in play here. These are number 1, flow auth and neuro behavior. Let's look at flow auth first. Flow auth continuously tracks Rahul's interactions with the website, like his typing rhythm, cursor movements, clicks and device details. These input parameters are collected and are being fed to the neurobehavior engine. Neurobehavior is an ML model that analyzes and is able to differentiate between normal behavior and anomalous behavior in real time. If someone else uses Rahul's account, neurobehavior will be able to recognize this new behavior as abnormal and trigger an anomaly. This results in a multi-factor authentication pop-up which prevents further hostile activity. Failing the MFA will lead to an immediate logging off the system.
Neurobehavior rocked, cyber attacker shocked.
Rahul moves further with the transaction. He selects fund transfer option followed by the account details, his landlord details as well as the amount to be transferred for the rent. After this is done, an OTP page is appeared. Rahul opens his IOB mobile app. Then he enters the PIN and then he selects the smart OTP option. On that, he gets a new OTP. This OTP is time-based OTP, and once on entering this OTP, the transaction is successful. What you just saw was smart OTP. It eradicates SMS OTP and all the vulnerabilities associated with it. It revolutionizes and it improves the transaction security. Woohoo! Rent is paid. One task down. Moving to the second task. Now the fun part. Buying a new shoe for Rahul. Rahul searches for a website to buy his shoe. He selects the website. He searches for the shoe and the color. Once that is done, just before the transaction is being made, Rahul runs IOB Fish Shield. IOB Fish Shield is a website extension that scans a website's URL against multiple phishing databases and checks whether the particular site is safe for a transaction. Since the shoe website is flagged as safe, Rahul moves further and buys his new shoe. If it were an anomalous website, running the IOB Fish Shield scan will result in a malicious warning. Also, there is an option to report a particular site. We have reached the end. Let's summarize what we went through. First, we saw QR login with Adaptive X technology. Next, we saw flow auth, data collection, as well as neurobehavior, the ML model to predict anomalies. Then we saw smart OTP, a revolutionizing way to end the transaction and eradicating SMS weaknesses. Finally, we saw IOB Fish Shield. Altogether, we have named this solution IOB 5X.
So once again, can we put our hands together for exception handlers for that incredible idea, AI-powered secured authentication system. A big round of applause for all of them, everybody. Thank you, boys. We wish you all the very best. Up next, get ready to welcome on stage Team Seraph, Yasmin Fatima M, Sana T, Sana Fatima GM, and Faiza Tanish. Can we put our hands together and welcome one more time the All Girls team for their idea, Signal Interrupt Inspector. A big round of applause, everybody.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. This is Team Seraph. We present to you our project, Signal Interrupt Inspector. I, myself, Yasmin Fatima, and these are my teammates, Sana Fatima, Faiza, and Sana. Okay. There's been a recent trend that's been going around in India. Instead of using the traditional land-powered ATMs, banks are now shifting their focus on to using wirelessly powered ATMs. Banks such as Bank of Baroda, HDFC Bank are currently deploying this idea. But there's one question. Is Wi-Fi in general secure. There is a recent case in 2024. An Australian man was arrested for evil twinning a Wi-Fi router. What he exactly did was he jammed a router, a public router, and he cloned the router with the same ID. So all the users who are connected to that public Wi-Fi router will unknowingly get connected to his router, through which he is going to know about every information. The worst part about this case, nobody knew there was an attack. Even recently in my home, I faced the same issue and none of my family members were aware of such a thing. This is such a critical issue. So why don't we solve this problem? We present to you our idea, Signal Interrupt Inspector. Our team member Faiza is going to explain us how this solution works and how is this deployed in wirelessly powered ATMs.
Our Signal Interrupt Inspector is a very simple hardware project, so it is very easily deployable. We are using just two components, that is a HackRF SDR, which will detect the signal and will detect the signal jamming there. And we will send it to the Raspberry Pi microprocessor, which will then detect either a DDoS attack or a brute force attack. It will run tools like Wireshark, and it will also have the ML model that we trained with datasets to detect the DDoS and the brute force attacks. Now, what challenge we may face in the future is that there might be a small difference between the lab-trained datasets and the real-world datasets. So we may have to train it in a controlled environment in order to bridge this gap. I now call my friend Sanati to explain the technical aspect of our project.
So our project actually starts from the incoming signals of a router. So here's a router, and in between the router we have a signal interrupt inspector. So all the incoming signals that goes to the router will be captured by the signal interrupt inspector. So our device has two components. So one is HackRF that detects the external jamming that takes place. The other are brute force and DDoS. So totally there are three attacks happening. So signal jamming, brute force and DDoS. So if the hacker hacks the router and jams it, that particular anomaly signal will reach the signal interrupt inspector. So when it reaches the signal interrupt inspector, the HackRF will detect the external jamming and will send a notification to the Raspberry Pi. The Raspberry Pi will then send a message to the user. So he will be alerted about the attack. Now going on to brute force and DDoS, if the signal is not jammed, if it is a normal signal, then we have two other options. One is brute force and one is DDoS. So if it is a DDoS attack, it will be analyzed by the data sets that we have trained in the Raspberry Pi. It will detect the brute force attack, and DDoS attack will send the message to the user. So this is in overall nutshell how our project works. I would like Sana Fatima to explain about the benefits and use cases.
I'll quickly walk you through the use cases and key benefits of our project. Although we have focused mainly on Wi-Fi enabled ATMs, our project has multiple use cases. One of them being for domestic use in our homes. As my friend Yasmin already said, that when her Wi-Fi in her house was attacked, she was not even aware of it. Hence, if we use our device, we'll be able to detect the attack and stop it in the future. Another use case of ours is public Wi-Fi. Public Wi-Fi is very important, as generally in banks or even in cafes, universities, either the Wi-Fi is open or the Wi-Fi, the password is lying around. So for the users who use these Wi-Fi in colleges or cafes, and even the Wi-Fi is near the banks where the customers use it for transactions. In such cases, the Wi-Fi may not be secure, and if we use our device, Signal Interrupt Inspector, then all the devices connected to that public Wi-Fi will be secure. For the benefits, one of the key benefits of our project is that it's very cost effective compared to the solutions that are already existing. Hence, it's optimal for mass production. Another advantage is that it's very easy to maintain, does not require any special maintenance, and it's quick assembly. So you can assemble it in less than 10 minutes. With that being said, now we would like to present our video demo.
The router is connected to our device, which consists of Raspberry Pi and Hackref. The result of our observations is shown in the laptop. The signal is analyzed from the Hackref, and the signal's information is shown below.
We get the signal's information from the Hackref. The output is shown over here.
The information is then checked for any jamming.
Hence, if there is any jamming that's been happening, it will immediately turn on the buzzer. Next, if there is no jamming that's occurring, we have to go for the network layer, which is for DDoS and brute force attack. We do this repetitively, again and again.
If the model detected the anomaly from a particular IP, it detects and shows us the IP address of the intruder.
So this process repeats again and again. First jamming, then DDoS or brute force, repeat again. If I'm connected to this particular router, I will be informed of the anomaly through my mobile. Since my mobile is connected to my router, I will get my message. Thank you.
So can we give Team Seraph a bigger round of applause, everybody, for presenting their unique idea, Signal Interrupt Inspector. Thank you, girls. Up next, put your hands together. The cyber crafters are here. We've got with us Abdul Ashik Ali S, Blessy D, Gokul E, and Jivita S. They're all set to present their idea titled Facial Recognition with AR Capture, and also a deep fake deduction model. A big round of applause for team the Cyber Crafters, everybody.
So, good evening everyone. We are team Cyber Crafters. Myself Jivita, Blessy, Gokul and Abdul Ashik Ali. Our topic is Smart Facial Authentication with Real-Time Human Verification and Synthetic Proofing Avoidance. Nowadays, face recognition is widely used for login purpose, especially in the banking system. So we are also seeing a huge increase in threats like deepfake attacks, photo spoofing attacks, and video playing attacks. So we need a strong and smarter security solution. Here we have developed an innovation authentication with a user-friendly system. It not only checks the face, it also detects whether the human is live, present in the live, real, and it is a human or not. So here are some feasibilities that we can also implement this system in the mobile, laptops, and even in the ATM machines also. It is very easy to integrate with the existing system in banks. And it is very even cost user friendly, so we no need to expend any cost and expensive hardware. Just a basic smartphones and laptops is enough. So here are some few algorithms which we have implemented in our system to develop. FIRNet for encrypting, storing and data, MTCNN for face detection, and FIRNet is for comparing the embedments of the face. Media pipeline is for the checking the hand tracking method while the user is writing the AR captcha. CNN is for developing the deepfake attacks. So let us see shortly about the overflow of a system. First, the user wants to log into a system. So the user wants to store face with and without glasses. This purpose will be stored in the bank. So this process will be done in the bank. So it will be easy for the user to store. Once the user is stored, when the user tries to log in, the system checks the basic credentials, and if the basic credentials is verified, then the deepfake model provides it checks whether the presented human is real or not. If the present human is real, then the authentication part comes. When the authentication part checks it will compare the human face with the database which we have already stored. So once it is verified as an authorized person, then it will produce the AR captcha to the user. It will produce some random 4 numbers. So the user wants to overwrite the random numbers in the screen. While overwriting the captcha, the user simultaneously in the background, the liveness detection will be going on, so that it will be easy for the user to identify that whether the authorized person is writing or not. If it is some other person is coming in between the screen will off, so again the user wants to log in. Or if the user can't able to overwrite the captcha within the time limit, so again the captcha will be retyped. So again the user wants to write the captcha from the first. So these are the benefits that we are using very faster registration, so it will be easy to register fast and it will not take much time. And it is a rapid identity verification also. It provides a better user experience and a stronger security purpose. So even every person can use, every normal people can use this. So it will be very user friendly, smart and secure. So I like to conclude that our system provides smarter, secure approach for face recognition, and it also helps the customer to log in while the maintenance is high level of protection. So let's see the demo.
User registration. The user enters their basic credentials and registers their face with and without glasses. Login and authentication. When the user tries to log in, the system first validates their basic credentials. Then, a deepfake detection model checks whether the person is real or fake. Once the face is verified, an AR captcha is displayed. The user overwrites the captcha using hand gesture movements, while in the background, the face is continuously captured and verified to ensure it is an authorized person. Multiple faces, detection and same user verification while registering face. Login attempt using photos, videos through embedded devices. Multiple faces detection while authentication. Face obscured in the process of authentication.
So can we put our hands together and give the cybercrafters a big round of applause, everybody? What an idea. Thank you. And yes, we've come to the last of it, so the last team that's coming forward to present their idea, which includes voice authentication being their main. Can we put our hands together for Team True Sight, Syed Tufil Syed Wahid, Vishwanathan M, Sabila S, and Nizamuddin S. A big round of applause, everybody.
So, hello. So, before entering into the presentation part, there is a common human trait nowadays, which is forgetting passwords and forgetting things. So, password is a thing where everyone should be remembering it. So, to reduce the dependency on the passwords, we are the team TrueSight with a project called AI-powered voice authentication for enhanced security. And my teammates are Vishwanathan, Nizamuddin, and Sabila, and myself, I am Syed Tufil. So, entering into voice authentication system, the main idea is to reduce the dependency on the passwords, and we have used CNN model, which is a deep learning model, which is used for image analysis. So, first, before any voice authentication system occurs, we'll be first converting the voice into an image, and accordingly our AI model will be checking whether the existing voice in the database and the live recording of the user voice are same. Accordingly, authentication will be given. So, for any project development, there would be challenges and risks which we also faced, which are audio variability, like noise and mic can affect our project's accuracy, and since it is a prototype, we didn't have much of an data of voices to train our CNN model. So there are accuracy issues in our model. And authentication, this authentication method is already in a banking application. So to overcome these problems, we have used CNN model instead of existing DNN model, which is deep neural networks, actually which compresses the given voice. So there might be a loss in the voice which is recorded. So we have enhanced it by using CNN model respectively, and to improve the accuracy of our voice authentication system, we have trained our own model, which consists around 1,97,000 voices, which consists of 50,000 voices, where we extracted it from a data set. So actually there is no language barrier in our voice authentication system, because we'll be using a verification code where the user will be speaking that verification code to get authentication respectively. So our voice authentication system has very minimal workflow, which is, first of all, if the user is not registered, he'll be registering into our voice authentication system, and if logged in, he'll be logging in into our voice authentication system. First, the live audio recording of the user will be uploaded to our database, and the already existing voice in the database will be compared to the live recording of the user, and according to the obtained result, our CNN model will be doing similarity check and will be giving authentication respectively. So To know about our voice authentication system in detail, we'll just move on to the demo video. So first of all, it is the registration phase where the user will be speaking on about 10 times, which is we'll be getting 10 sample of voices of the user, so that we could get different modulation, different style of the user speaking, which would make accuracy of the authentication more efficient. So the user will be entering his user ID to register actually, and the verification code will be displayed there. The user will be speaking that verification code 10 times.
499145. 499145.
So like this, user will be speaking it for 10 times, where he can speak like 499145, 49145, or else any language preferable, so that the recorded voice can be stored in our database for authentication. So as you can see, the registration part has been done. So now the user will be moving on to the login phase, where he'll be logging in inside our authentication system.
Three, 4, 8, 6.
So as you can see, login is successful. So what if with the same voice, user is trying to breach into another user ID? So let's see that too. So as you can see, here is another user, but the speaker will be same.
45.
So he'll be trying to breach inside another user's ID. So respectively, I've got login failed. So breaching is not possible here. So as you all have seen our demo videos since now, you all will be having a doubt like, what if someone tries to record an audio of the user and try to breach our authentication system? All will be having that doubt, so let's see that also. So this is the live recording and the screen record of that our authentication system, to show whether the user can breach inside our authentication system with live recording or not. So he's recording his voice there in the phone to try to breach inside the authentication system. So as you can see here, we'll be getting a result like login fail. So I would like to conclude with this, that with this minimal data which we had to train our model, we have got this much accuracy. Means a bank like IOB with more number of active users, if they are implementing our voice authentication in it, they would be getting more accuracy, and the result of getting error will be so minimal that voice authentication system would revolutionize banking sector. Thank you.
All right, so one last time tonight, can we put our hands together for Team True Sight, everybody, for presenting their idea, voice authentication. The moment we have been waiting for has finally arrived. It is time for the most prestigious prize distribution. Put your hands together, make some noise, shout, hoot, and give it up. But before that, may we take a moment one more time to welcome on stage our dignitaries. So can we have our chief guest joining us on stage, Miss Neelam Agarwal. One more time, put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Miss Neelam Agarwal. Ma'am, can I have you on stage, please? All right, so before we have ma'am, just a moment, we're going to ask you to come back and tell me how happy are you feeling to be right here. Let me tell you something exciting. We request the students not to leave, because soon after we finish with the grand prizes, we are going to be announcing the lucky draw winners. And when we talk about the lucky draw winners, it's not one, not two, but 4 lucky draw prizes coming your way. And I'll tell you how we're going to do this. Once we display your name on stage, you have only 10 seconds to join us on stage. So if you join us half an hour later, you'll come next year, all right? So 10 seconds, and we request you to kindly come on stage. If the candidate is not here, if the winner is not here, we will be announcing the next name. I hope this is super clear about the lucky draw. So lucky draw, super amazing prizes coming your way. To proceed with the prize distribution, may I now request our distinguished guest to kindly join us on stage. One more time tonight, can we have Miss Neelam Agarwal, the Director, DFS, Government of India, Nominee Director, IOB, to kindly join us on stage. A big round of applause, everybody. May I request the presence of Professor Dr. T. Murugesan, the Vice Chancellor, B.S. Abdul Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, to join us on stage. Thank you, sir. Can we have Mr. Srinivasa Rao, the Senior Advisor, Indian Banks Association, to join us on stage? Thank you, sir. And may I also request the presence of Shri Joydeep Datta Roy, the Executive Director, IOB, to kindly join us on stage, please. May I request Shri Rajiv Kumar, the Chief Vigilance Officer, IOB, to please join us. Thank you, sir. So to all the wonderful teams who've joined us out here, to all the students who've joined us out here, I need to definitely get that energy on stage. So can you put your hands together and give it up for the 5 top finalists, everybody? Wow, what a day it is for sure. We're all here, we're set to announce the winners. And this time we're going to go in the order of, so there are 2 special prizes, and then we have the 3rd place, the 1st place, and the 2nd place, all right? So I hope you've got this right. 2 special prizes, then we announce the 3rd place winner, we announce the winner, and we announce the 2nd place. Are we good? So let me quickly introduce you to the top 5 finalists. We've had Team Auth Guardians, we've had Team Exception Handlers, we've had Team Seraph, and we've had Team The Cybercrafters, and of course, Team True Sight. So yes, let's get ready and find out who's going to get the first special prize. May I request our chief guest to kindly announce the prize? So can we have Ms. Neelam Agarwal doing the honors? And may I request all the other dignitaries to kindly join? Thank you.
So all set? So the first special prize goes to next high potential idea, Team True Sight.
So this prize titled Next High Potential Idea, and that goes to Team True Sight. Put your hands together for S. Nizamuddin, Vishwanathan M, Sabila S, and Syed Tufal Syed Wahid. And they are receiving a cash prize of 75,000 rupees. So once again, congratulations to Team True Sight for winning the next high potential idea. Thank you, team, and hearty congratulations to you. May I request Ms. Neelam Agarwal to kindly announce the next special prize.
The next special prize goes to the all-woman team, Team Seraph.
So put your hands together for Team Seraph winning the Promising Team Prize. A big round of applause, everybody. Yasmin Fatima, Faiza Tanish, T Sana, Sana Fatima GM, and they win a cash prize of 1 lakh rupees. So once again, congratulations to the all-women team, Team Seraph, for winning the Promising Team Prize. Congratulations. Thank you and congratulations, team, once again. Up next, we're going to move forward with the third place. So the third prize is going to be announced now. So may I request our dignitaries to kindly do the honors in announcing the third place.
The third prize goes to Team Exception Handlers.
A big round of applause. The third prize, 1 lakh rupees, going to Team Exception Handlers. Put your hands together for Syed Tufail Ahmed, Syed Shabib Ahmed, Sabir Sulaiman Khan, and Syed Mustafa. Congratulations, you are placed third. A big round of applause, everybody. Congratulations, the third prize winner, that goes to Team Exception Handlers, everybody. And now we are down to that grand finale moment, that grand prize that you have been waiting for. But before that, any guesses who could be the winner? You can shout out loud, who could be that winner? All right, so I am going to request our chief guest before she announces it. Can we do a countdown, because we've had 10 finalist teams, 5 teams actually making it to the top, and 1 grand winner taking home that grand prize today. So now we are going to be announcing the winner. All right, are we ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Any guesses? Team Auth Guardians.
Presenting to you the winner, IOB Cybernova PSB's Hackathon Series 2025. The winning team, Team Auth Guardians, 2 lakh rupees. Can we give it up for Sana Takim, Farhat Naushin, Sujata GD, Salha Afrin Sahani H, and yes, it is the all-women team. Congratulations! What a moment. The journey has been incredible, from 200 participants to coming top 10 and then top 5 and then becoming the winner. Can you give it up for Team Auth Guardians, everybody? So once again, thank you, Team Auth Guardians, for presenting your idea that made you the winning team today. Wayne Pay, the next generation of secure authentication. Congratulations. Thank you very much and congratulations once again. And now, of course, we all know it, but yet, let's cheer, let's shout out, because the second prize is no less. Put your hands together for, ma'am, could you announce the same, please? So come on, students, can we continue to cheer, because the second prize is about to be announced. May I request you to kindly do the honors.
So the second prize goes to the team, the Cybercrafters.
The second prize goes to the team, the Cybercrafters. Put your hands together. Give them a big, big round of applause. S. Jivita, D. Blessy, S. Abdul Ashik Ali, E. Gokul, and they win 1.5 lakh rupees. Congratulations. get 5 points. Yes, all good.
Challenging contenders. The person who at the top made to top 5.
That is the top 10. All right, so may I request the dignitaries to kindly remain on the stage, and may I also request all the bank executives to kindly join us for the prize distribution. So one more time, may I request all the bank executives who are here to kindly join us on stage for the prize distribution. Thank you very, very much for your presence and for making this occasion truly remarkable. We spoke about the top 10 teams, so 5 have been awarded and rewarded, and now it is the right time for us to call upon the other 5 teams who were absolutely incredible in so many ways. So put your hands together for the top 10 teams who actually made it. 5 have taken their prizes. The next 5 run up to the stage. Can we give them a big round of applause? 18 members, and they are going to be rewarded with 5,000 each. Can we give them a big round of applause? And that makes it a total of a 90K cash prize. A big round of applause. Congratulations to the top 10 teams. So can we have the 5 teams joining us on stage together? So may I request all the 18 members to kindly join us on stage together. So congratulations to Jasim Hassan J. May I request the mentors to kindly join us on stage, please. Jasim Hassan J, Team Solution Seekers, congratulations. Mohammad Iksan F, Team Solution Seekers. Fahim Khan, Team Solution Seekers. J. Mohidin Satak Huzam, Team Solution Seekers. Vedanathan Pon Abhiram T, Quantum Coders. Shri Ranjani V, Quantum Coders. Shanmugapriya S from Quantum Coders. Sarah Sakina A, Quantum Coders. Karthikeyan M from Team Elite. Farhim Ahmad M from Team Elite. Mohammad Rayan M, Team Elite. Mohammad Fazil M, Team Elite. Mohammad Riaz A, Team Tetra Techies. Kirtana M, Team Tetra Techies. Lakshmi Narayanan B, Team Tetra Techies. Madina M, Team Tetra Techies. Badri Narayanan, Anomaly Annihilators. Peter Prabhu, Anomaly Annihilators. And congratulations to all the 18 members. A big round of applause, everybody. So these were the other 5 teams that made it to the top 10. Congratulations. photo? Valedictory address. Okay, sir. He's telling to finish fast. So once again, congratulations to all the winners out here. So quickly, we are going to have a group photograph, soon after which we will proceed with the valedictory address. Thank you. And an announcement coming your way. We request the students to not leave the hall because soon after the valedictory address, the vote of thanks, soon after that we are going to have the announcement of 4 lucky draw winners. And remember, it's as simple as this. Your names will be displayed on the screen behind. You've got 10 seconds to reach the stage. Thank you very much. May I request the dignitaries to kindly be seated? Can we have the dignitaries seated on stage, please? May I request the dignitaries to kindly be seated on stage, on the dais? All right, so right now we will be moving forward with the valedictory address, and to do the honors, may I now request the General Manager IOB, Mr. Lakshmi Venkatesh, to kindly come forward. A big round of applause for Mr. Lakshmi Venkatesh, everybody. Over to you, sir.
Good evening to all. Our respected Government Nominee Director of Indian Overseas Bank, Madam Neelam Agarwal ji. Our respected Vice Chancellor of the great organization, B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, Sri Dr. T. Murugesan ji, and the senior advisor and the hand-holding personality of all Indian banks in taking forward the technological advances, Mr. Srinivas Rao ji, and our respected Executive Director, Mr. Jaideep Datta Rai sir, and our CVO, respected Rajiv Kumar ji, and Madam Aarti Rangarajan from E&Y, Mr. Mangesh Surve from Red Hat, Mr. Prasanna Lohar from Prodivance, Mr. Rajesh Malhotra from IBM, and all the faculty members and dignitaries, and last but not the least, the great student power of this great institution, and also the 90 teams which have eagerly participated in this event for making this IOB Cybernova PBS Hackathon Series 2025 a great success. A very big team of this great organization and also a very big team of our Indian Overseas Bank has been behind organizing things from the beginning, culminating with a great successful grand finale today. So it's a great event, and I thank one and all involved in this organization of this great event. And we would like to encourage students more and more. And having said that, our gratitude and respects to the Government of India, DFS and IBA for giving an opportunity for all the public sector banks in the country to go to the institutions and identify young and raw talent who will be the future of Indian technology. With these very few words, I would like to conclude my vote of thanks, and thank you all once again. Goodbye.
And that was the GM of IOB, Mr. Lakshmi Venkatesh. Thank you, sir. And now, are you excited? We've got 4 lucky draw winners. So once again, put your hands together, clap, shout for yourselves, because you might be lucky, you never know. The condition is 10 seconds on stage. Are we ready to find out who is that lucky winner at the Cybersecurity Hackathon 2025? Can we have the name flashing on screen, please? Put your hands together for Mohammad Asim Usaid. Congratulations! If you are here, you've got to run. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and here he is. Congratulations! May I request the dignitaries on the dais to kindly give away the prize. Thank you. May I request all the dignitaries to kindly come together to give away the prizes. Thank you very much. And once again, congratulations, Mohammad Asim Usaid. Wow. You should feel proud for staying back for the entire event today. All right. Up next, congratulations. Can we have the next lucky draw winner? Eyes on the screen, everybody. Mohammad Irfan, congratulations. So is Mohammad Irfan here? If he's not, we proceed. 10, 9. So there's no initial right here. There is another Mohammad Irfan here.
That number, registration number is MOHA2.
All right, so Mohammad Irfan, can you please check the registration number? It has to be MOHA2110. MOHA2110. Not there? Any other person with the same name, Mohammad Irfan, it's time you check your phone and see your registration number. MOHA2110. We're moving on to the next. Can we find out who's the next lucky draw winner? Syed Ibrahim K. Syed 2477, are you here? Syed Ibrahim K. With this registration number, so guys, let me request you, please do not come down if that is not your registration number. The number is SYED 2477. All right, thank you. We're moving on to the next. Can we have the next name, please? Mohammad Zahid, congratulations. So MOHA 5705. 5705. All right, so yes, the winner is here, Mohammad Zahid. Congratulations. Can we give him a big round of applause, everybody? And that brings us to the end of all the lucky draw winners. One more time, can we put our hands together and give them a big, big round of applause, everybody. Thank you to the dignitaries on the dais. So before we close, may I request all of you to kindly rise for the national anthem. So students, we pay respect to our country. We love India, and now it is time for us to respect the national anthem. So may I request all the students, please do not move out of the hall. Please don't move outside the auditorium. You stayed back so far. Please stay back for the national anthem.
जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा नव शुभ नवमी जाहे नव शुभ आशीष माहे
Jai Hind, and once again thank you to each and every one of you for taking the time out to grace this occasion. A very special thank you to all our dignitaries on the dais, to each and every person, to all the students, to our well-wishers, to the entire team behind the whole scene out here. Thank you for being a part of this incredible journey. One last sign off. Put your hands together as we close the curtains for IOB Cybernova PSB's Hackathon Series 2025. Thank you everybody. Until we see you again at another exciting event, signing off your host and engaging expert, MC Natalia Denise. Good evening and God bless all of us. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.